Hello everyone, this is designer and humanitarian Bernard Buie. Bernard Buie is this young, right now, ambitious, motivated entrepreneur that's trying to provide for his family. I love just the ideal concept of business, of transactions, making something happen between point A and point B, and either being in the middle of both of those, if not being A or B, on the receiving end or giving end of it. I've worked with multiple lines. At 16, I first started a line called American Rockstar, in which I was not the designer of that brand, but I was the lead concept artist for that brand and the main marketer of that brand. We threw fashion shows, packed out the First Union Center before it was the Wells Fargo Center at 16, just by doing fashion shows and having a buzz of a clothing line and doing parties. Growing up, a lot of things happened in my life in which they inspired me, to be as great as I want to be in life, but I had to work for it. So with all the things I was going through, playing basketball, playing football, dealing with the streets of Philadelphia was rough, but I always had good parents in my life that always gave me good motivation and good life lessons that would keep me going towards life. As I was going through it, I still had to live my own life and learn from my own mistakes that I was having. So in 6th grade, I got kicked out of my elementary school for selling a slingshot. And once it happened, they put me into a disciplinary school for the next 2 years of my elementary days. And that was a life-changing moment for me because I still have my parents in my corner. However, I had to deal with other dysfunctional students, as what they labeled us, through the daily, and I still had to maintain my passion in my heart and know that I'm going to be something great in life one day. So I'm going through those daily motions, and then I kept my grades up. I had straight A's from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and then they gave me the opportunity to go back into the school that I was going to and walk down the aisle for graduation. And from 6th to 8th grade, it was a great moment in my life because it matured me at a younger age to know that at any given time something can happen to you and you still get a chance to move on from it to be great. So I drew a lot of inspiration through life just from the people that I was around every day, the teachers. So I decided to move to Atlanta, Georgia, in which I attended American Intercontinental University for a 2-year business degree. And through the course of that, I worked with a lot of different businesses in the music industry and the fashion industry that helped me get to where I am now. One of my biggest things in life is when I got a chance to work with Young Jock and his personal assistant on the day-to-day life of being a music artist and a businessman. And that put me in a motivation to continuously work with the music and entertainment and fashion industry. Then I became 18. I opened up my first boutique in Atlanta, Georgia, off of Peachtree, called Upper Level Fashion, in which I sold other designers that was in Atlanta with us, and that gave me the business sense to work with multiple designers that's either on the level as me or above me. Barack Obama was inaugurated in 2008. We came up with our first t-shirt design under a line called Eeyore, in which we sold over 10,000 units. And then from there, I got a lot of opportunities to go into the fashion industry more in depth. My first fashion show that I did here in Atlanta was the Bessie Johnson Melanoma Cancer Fashion Show. And I just took my contacts that I had from there and built upon them. And then I did a fashion show with AIU, fall 2011. And from there, I just decided I'm going to start the line Bernard Buie. And the rest of it was history from there. How I came up with the logo, the life preserver, because the last name, my last name is Buie. And you know, that sits in the middle of the ocean. So I wanted to use something symbolically that has ties back into my last name and something that had to do with the fashion industry. And then we used the life preserver because it sits, the buoy sits in the middle of the ocean, and we use a life preserver to reel you back into where the buoy, where it's safe at. And that's why we use it in the fashion industry. But it's also symbolic into life, because no matter what religion you believe in, you know, once you grab onto your belief system, it'll take you through everything that you're going through in life. And that's what the buoy and the life preserver has symbolic back into. Look at a lot of designers as competition or brands for the most part, because you know there's a big world as far as customers and consumers out here, and no matter how much you feel that you're in competition with them, the customer is always they're going to choose what they're buying. Like a designer that's out here right now, they can make the same identical piece that I make, but if they know the brand Bernard Buie, they're going to buy our piece before they buy their piece, and you know, and vice versa. And then you think about a lot of the designers that's in this underground fashion industry of Atlanta. You know, they're on the runway with ball gowns, Galleria pieces that's worth a lot of money at that time, but then you catch them running down the street one day and they don't got them pieces with them. Or you know, they'll get on the mic and say, yeah, we make this, and then they'll ask where their stuff can be sold, and then they saying you can go purchase it on Facebook or MySpace or, you know, Instagram. So I've been doing this humanitarian thing for 6 years. I'm 22. And I started when I was 16. You know, that's when I got the belief that I'm going to live the life that I want to live. In the room with any other designer, I'm busting their ass. Like, period. Like, that's the cocky side to me, and that's what I'm going to show. But to the people, I'm not going to give them that, because I'm not going to say I don't want to come off as the Kanye or the Diddy, but my work is going to speak for